Welcome back to CNA938 World Report. I'm Benji Haya in London.
And I'm Jagruti Dave in Washington. Next this morning to India, where the country's media has been gripped by the death of Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput. His death in June was declared a suicide, but now his girlfriend, actress Rhea has been arrested for allegedly buying drugs for the late movie star. Our correspondent Rebecca Bandhan reports from Mumbai on how the ongoing case surrounding the actor's death is undergoing what some experts are describing as a trial by media.
There has been a media frenzy in India since the death of 34-year-old actor Sushant Singh Rajput. He was found hanging in his Mumbai apartment in June. Police said he had killed himself, but there were calls for an investigation. Mumbai police started a probe, and the case in August was transferred to India's top investigating agency, the Central Bureau of Investigation, or CBI, with the actor's family accusing girlfriend Rhea of abetment to suicide. The actress has denied any wrongdoing. But the country's fixation with the case has only escalated. In the latest development, Ms. Chakrabarti has been arrested by the Narcotics Control Bureau, fueling the fascination with the story. Here's Indian film critic Murtaza Ali Khan.
The entire Sushant Singh Rajput case has only become more complex with time. Initially, it was, an outpour from everybody, from Bollywood. But soon we started hearing these foul play news. Then there were talks of abatement of suicide. That's when Rhea Chakrabarti, Sushant Singh Rajput's girlfriend, came into picture.
On social media, Chakrabarti has had slurs thrown at her, such as gold digger. And journalists gathered to cover her every move as she underwent questioning by the authorities. Mr. Khan.
Media was also playing a very critical role in how it projected Rhea Chakrabarti. This whole media trial situation really didn't augur well for Rhea Chakrabarti. Even before she had the chance to present herself, they made a culprit out of her. The media was acting like the judge, the jury and executioner.
Stories, sometimes based on speculation, have been making headlines across TV channels and newspapers since the actor's death, while social media is filled with conspiracy theories. Ms. Chakrabarti hasn't been the only one who has come under scrutiny. Fingers were originally pointed at the Bollywood industry, infamous for nepotism, with suggestions the industry played a part in his death. Sushant Singh Rajput was a TV actor who broke into Bollywood. He was from Bihar, one of the country's poorest states, and didn't have any connections to famous families that dominate the industry. As a result, it's said he was seen as an outsider who felt unwelcome. Entertainment anchor Subhojit Ghosh.
It has definitely shaken up the industry in many ways because people from a film background, they do find it easier to get that first break compared to, say, an outsider like Sushant.
The case has garnered huge attention despite other major ongoing issues. The coronavirus has spread through India with record numbers of daily infections and the economy slumping to historic lows. Some experts are critical of the media circus that has built up around the actor's death. Hussein Habib is the co-founder of Hats Off digital marketing agency.
I think the media has taken the entire topic over the top. Let the police, the court, the ideal authorities who are there involved come to a final consensus, and then people should ideally make opinions.
And as investigations continue into the actor's death, with everyone watching for the latest developments, many remain hopeful that the truth will emerge.
Now, it's Thursday. That means each time this week we get the latest in the world of entertainment, and our showbiz expert Josh Ron has been telling me how the Academy is setting out certain criteria over diversity which films will have to abide by in order to compete for Best Picture. The Oscars have been criticised for their lack of diversity in the past, but for the 96th edition in 2025, only films that have met at least 2 of the 4 standards will qualify for the award.
The Academy's laid out these requirements basically to try and include more women, more people of racial and ethnic groups, LGBTQ plus people, as well as people with disabilities. And they've laid them out in the following areas where they want people to be more diverse on screen, in acting and in storylines, where at least one of the lead actors or one of the significant supporting actors has to be from an underrepresented group. It also includes paid apprenticeships, internships, as well as training. So it's a nod to the upcoming film industry here. And also within the marketing side, the distribution side, and also the publicity side of things, they want these films to be more diverse, maybe not just on screen, but within the whole process of filmmaking, from the start of the developmental process all the way to after the film's made and to the marketing and distribution and to the Oscar campaigns. This is a big step forward. The Academy has had a lot of criticism in the past with the Oscars So White movement. The films that have been nominated for major awards at the Oscars haven't been that diverse, have not really included black actors or black actresses or a black crew in the films as well. So I think by laying out its diversity eligibility requirements, it's a change from the film industry coming from the top. I think if the Academy is stringent enough, and I think if the Academy clamps down on this, then yes, I do think we will see more diverse films in the crop. But I also think this is forcing the studios to comply, because effectively, if studios now want to win an Oscar, they will need to meet diversity quotas on their films. It hasn't been an awards problem specifically, because the awards have always reflected the industry as a whole. It's the industry that's needed to change here.
And meanwhile, Josh, some big news from TV as well, with the confirmation that Keeping Up with the Kardashians will no longer be on air. A quite remarkable run for the reality show, which helped transform these family members from relative unknowns to global stars with their own brands and with a huge online following.
Yep, so after 14 years, 20 seasons, and hundreds of episodes, and of course the numerous spin-off shows, Keeping Up with the Kardashians will be coming to an end in 2021. Kris Jenner, Kourtney Kardashian, Kim Kardashian West, Khloe Kardashian, Rob Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner and Scott Disick released a statement thanking their fans, thanking the businesses that have been a part of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. This is a show that has really changed the game when it comes to social media. The Kardashians really were the first modern influencers. This isn't just an average American family with a reality TV show. This is a television institution. Even if you don't watch the show, most people still know who they are. And that says something from a family who used to own boutiques in a suburb outside of Los Angeles.
Josh Rom there. Still to come this morning. Major new restrictions for the UK as the country tries to prevent a second coronavirus lockdown.
And we'll have a roundup of all the business news from the US and Europe, but first the latest headlines and traffic.